Hello, Scorpio. I'm Adriana, and for your reading today, we are asking the question, what is the rift between myself and my soul that needs my attention, awareness, and healing? So as I shuffle these cards and get this ready for you, I will let you know that I've been asking this question for all of the astrological sign readings for February. So you are encouraged to check out your moon and your rising sign readings as well. Okay. First card out, the Lovers and Strength. So Scorpio, we've got Gemini and Leo energies here. Okay, and so it looks like you're being tested possibly with those two kinds of energies. But ultimately, Scorpio, this is tests of the strength of your heart. So I'm thinking in some cases, Scorpio may be feeling betrayed by their heart, like their heart keeps misleading them or taking them into the wrong situations. But what's going on here is that your higher self or your soul and you are trying to find out where your heart truly lies. And some of that does lead you down the wrong road so that you can conclude, no, this is not where my heart lies. But ultimately, this is about being able to trust your heart and to trust yourself at such a deep level that any adversary, speaking as a person, adversary that comes to you, you're able to dispatch because you know who you are and what your power truly is. The word desire is also coming up, and we talk a lot about the heart's desire. What is the heart's desire? And the heart desires courage. It desires that we have the courage to follow ourselves. It's like to follow ourselves into battle. There's something else that wants to come out with this strength card here. So just give me a second. So the strength card is talking to you about the depth of knowledge gained through the trials and through the constant testing that you feel, the testing of your courage, the testing of your strength. But now we're talking about knowledge gained, which is interesting. The Lovers being over here, Gemini being an intellectual sign, so that the information and the experience gained. So what does that have to do with the rift between the soul and the self? So this is about the way you process information, Scorpio. If you consider anything that you've gone through that has cost you something, energy, time, money, if you consider that a loss, then your soul, then you're missing the point with your soul, because your soul wants you to see everything as a gain of knowledge, a gain of wisdom, a gain of experience, a gain of I'll never do that again, or I understand why I got myself in, that's not going to happen again. Everything is a gain. And if you don't see life that way, then you feel betrayed. You feel like you have no support. You feel like everything, including your soul and your guides, let you down constantly. That's at the bottom of what is being healed here, is that understanding that we have to go through these trials in order to learn. Learning isn't easy and learning isn't always fun. But the point of these trials is to actually strengthen the relationship between you and your soul. If it's not doing that, then we have to change the way we're looking at the perception. Again, that intellectual component of the Lovers, we have to change that. So let's continue with this message. All right, middle three from the Druids. 7 of Pentacles, the Star. I I'll show this to you in a second. And the Ace of Swords. So when you are able to shift this perspective and shift this awareness, we have a really positive thing happen here, Scorpio. We've got Seven of Pentacles, Star, and the Ace of Swords. So the Seven of Pentacles is that knowing, okay, it's time that I try something different. The Star comes into, yeah, I'm going to get back in touch with myself again. This is the moment of healing. So it's almost like this is the surgery over here, the cutting off of what needs to be cut off, the cutting off of the dead, or the cutting off of the old, or the cutting off of the doesn't work for me anymore. And then the Star is where you bring yourself back into communion with your higher self and your soul. I love this imagery because she's grounded, but she's also got her foot in the water, which that kind of harkens to the Temperance imagery in the traditional deck. But she's deriving the nourishment from being totally connected to spirit as well as the earth. So this is the deep healing and the deep trust that you're doing right now, Scorpio. So I think there's so much fire on this Strength card from the Dragon. You must have been feeling very burned by the past. And the Star is asking you to just let all of that go. There's no fire on this card at all. There's just the vulnerability, the openness, and the coming back to the water. So allowing yourself to come back and realizing that you're in this process of assimilation. And healing is a word that's used so much, and I feel like sometimes I use it so much I forget what it actually means. But healing means to come back, to bring things together that were torn apart, to bring things together that were broken, that shouldn't be broken. So you're in this process of becoming whole again so that you can make a final decision to step into the future in a completely different way. There is so much cutting going around you. You know, you're cutting off elements of your past. You're cutting off those elements even further when you step into the future in a new direction. That the one thing that you need to make sure that you're not cutting is that healing, that connection between self and soul. Because if you step into the future without that connection truly healed, then you are stepping into the future broken, and you will attract more brokenness to you. So how do you know if you're healed? That's a good question. How will Scorpio know that they're healed? I will go deeper into that question in the extended reading, but I'll get us started because I want to do that question and then also pull an oracle card for you. But let's see, how will Scorpio know when they're healed? On a superficial level, you won't be bothered by the same things that you're bothered by in the past. Yeah, it's our Four of Water just came out, Queen of Earth. So we're bookended by two queens, the Queen of Fire and the Queen of Earth. The Queen of Earth, Four of Water, Page of Air, and the Queen of Fire. Okay, so you'll know that you're healed when your actions are based solely on the facts, when you're not going off of some kind of emotional reaction or the desire to have a vendetta, none of that kind of stuff. When you get information and you just purely look at the facts, and then those facts inform your actions. The Queen of Fire, you will have mastered this. Because we're trying to neutralize your emotions here, the Four of Water. Not that you shouldn't feel, but that emotional energy needs to not be the basis for your expressions, for the way that you express your energy in the world. This looks like emotional nurturing to me, that you're in a space where you are nurturing yourself emotionally, or you're drawing other people to you, earth signs especially, that help you nourish that emotional space. This is really the neutralizing of emotions. What I love about this is you have all of the elements present. So you've got earth, water, air, and fire. And when a body is healed and whole, we would expect to have all four. But what's also interesting about this is you have the kind of younger energy here and the more matured energy on the outside. So this means that you don't rush into things impulsively or rashly. You wait for the right moment, but really make sure that you're looking at logic and facts and fairness, and that everything can be backed up with intellectual argument rather than just emotional impulse. Okay. So Scorpio, you will feel that you are healed when you get a trigger from the outside and you don't jump into an emotional reaction right away. You don't jump into action right away. You actually sit back, you let things kind of calm down, and you find that source of just pure rationality, pure intellect that helps you decide what to do. Okay. Like I said, I will go deeper into this. I do feel like there's a little bit more, especially here, but let's see what your oracle is for today. Keep your dreams alive. I have the Queen song, Keep Yourself Alive, just came through my head as I was looking at this card. I'm trying to remember the rest of the words. It's obviously a kind of tongue-in-cheek song about survival, but this is really interesting because this is the point of all of this healing, all of this whole reading, that in order to keep your dream alive, you have to be in trust with your higher self, in trust with your soul, because those dreams come from your soul, and it's the job of this self or the ego to help realize those dreams. So if you become bitter about those dreams, or you become fearful about those dreams coming true, that's symptomatic and descriptive of the fact that there's still a rift between you and your soul. So this is another way to tell. And I want to tie this energy back with those 4 cards I just went with, but I think we'll do that in the extended. Anything else want to come through for this card? So we come for full circle here, that when the soul and the self are healed, you feel good about your dreams, you feel empowered about your dreams, and you do feel like they're possible. And then you start to do, based on rational action, what you need to do to make those dreams happen. It's then you start to see your dreams as realistic and possible, and not just these floating fairy things. So this is the reconcile of dreams coming into reality. So this is really about healing our ability to manifest. Okay, so Scorpio, I'm going to continue to pull cards for you and create an extended. I'm going to go deeper into this relationship. We've touched on it, but these 4 cards plus this card, and then continue to pull whatever messages are going to come out for you. So if you'd like to follow me over there, link is in the description below. And if not, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.